on the WWE Network, October 6th, or live in Melbourne. That's the place and time you want to be. The WWE Super Showdown. WWE Universe, prepare yourselves for Shendian Tuan To!
Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications. And once you're done, leave a comment down below and I just might end up responding. 2018 is looking to be a pretty great year in regards to wrestlers finally getting back inside of the WWE ring. We've seen plenty of wrestlers return from injury, other companies and semi-fake retirements, ? And considering there's well over half a year left, I feel like this list is only going to get better as we continue on. I'm D Wicket, these are the 10 biggest WWE returns of 2018. Number 10, Kurt Angle. Technically, this wasn't his in-ring return to the WWE, but between Survivor Series and WrestleMania, Kurt Angle went completely inactive, so it counts enough for me, right? It also helps to know that Angle somehow put on the best match of WrestleMania 34, teaming alongside Ronda Rousey to dispose of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Angle may have looked a little bit rusty in the ring, and to be honest, he may have been the worst looking of the four, but when he needs to fill a role, he does the best he can do, and you gotta give the man props for that.
El primer intento de golpearlo de Triple H y lo cruza, lo envía de espaldas a la esquina, al frente, con tremendo lazo Kurt. Lo prepara, sube resortera, se come, la esquina superior Triple H, lo recibe Kurt, ¡oh! El impacto olímpico.
No, y es inteligente, pero no malo.
Anda divertido para Stephanie McMahon.
¡Qué horror, Triple H!
Me pareció muy bien, esto fue asombroso.
Pero que mañana te parezca igual.
Number 9, Harper and Rowan. This was a return done right. While the Bludgeon Brothers actually returned in November of 2017, they didn't really pick up any big momentum until going into WrestleMania this year. So I'm going to go ahead and count them on the list as well. The whole mallet thing is really strange. It's a dumb gimmick, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to complain if their presence is going to remain this good. We haven't really seen too much of them, which is kind of a good thing, seeing as their big Spotlight WrestleMania win was only 4 minutes, but we've seen the best of Harper and Rowan in the past, and god damn are they good. Hopefully they'll get to enjoy a solid reign atop the SmackDown Live Tag Team division for a few months. If not, years.
With a super kick, but oh man, big discus clothesline. The official allowing this match to continue. Cover here, and Harper is beating Jey Uso.
Number 8, Jeff Hardy. It's been a good few weeks for Jeffrey Hardy. A year after returning at WrestleMania to claim the tag team titles alongside his brother Matt, Jeff returned the night after this year's Mania to team alongside Finn Balor and Seth Rollins to massive ovations. Everyone loves Jeff Hardy, especially Kurt Angle, who threw him in a US title match with the newly drafted over Jinder Mahal just a week later, where he claimed his first reign with the red, white, and blue strapped belt, making him the 3rd new Grand Slam champion in like a span of 2 months. Also, now he's on SmackDown, which, you know, that just kind of feels fitting.
He's owed nothing. You lost, you go to the back of the line. Me, I'm owed a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship.
Ready to fight.
To take on Miz and Miz Taraj. Wait a minute! He's back!
Number 7, Bobby Lashley. This one maybe could have been done a little bit better, but I'll let it slide because who the fuck saw this one coming? Bobby Lashley hasn't been seen in the WWE since the late 2000s, and you know what? I always liked the guy. Maybe his biggest issue in his first run was his lack of character, and WWE brought him back in a way that just gave him about no character, but that's alright, because he killed Elias and now he's got a headband.
No way! Yes way! Bobby Lashley personified! One arm!
Number 6, Drew McIntyre. Injuries are a bitch, but you can always come back better than before. That sounds like a real quote, so let's pretend that it's a real quote. Drew lost his NXT Championship in grand fashion to surprise victor Andrade Cien Almas during SummerSlam weekend last year, and unfortunately found himself with a torn bicep by the end of the match. No worries though, because by the Superstars shakeup around 9-ish months later, both men found themselves on the main roster. Almas looks to debut within a few weeks as of writing this for the SmackDown Live brand, while McIntyre just found himself on the Raw brand alongside fellow heel Dolph Ziggler. That's right, Drew McIntyre is back, and he's a heel, and he's being pushed. Fuck yes.
I didn't come back to Raw alone.
Oh, no. Oh, with the Claymore! What a combination! Good night, Apollo.
Number 5, EC3. That's right, it's a return. Derek Bateman. Jesus fucking Christ, what a nightmare. Thankfully, when EC3 got the call from Big Vinnie Mac, it was well after the start of the era where indie wrestlers get to retain their former personas and names. EC3 is money, baby, and his transition onto the NXT roster has been seamless so far. Seriously, his debut promo on a weekly episode of NXT was fantastic, and he immediately felt like a big deal. Unfortunately, he was probably the weakest link of the entire ladder match from the NXT TakeOver New Orleans show, but that's hardly even an insult, as he still impressed during the match, in my opinion, and he looks to have a solid future with the yellow brand.
Oh, wow, we saw him at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. He says he's here to change the game. He's EC3.
Number 4, The Undertaker. This one's a little bit ridiculous, but I mean, it's The Undertaker. You think he's not making the list, you're on crack. It doesn't matter how odd his return story was, that story being that John Cena needed a spot on the WrestleMania card and that he wanted to fight The Undertaker in order to get his match at the Show of Shows. First off, you're John Cena. You can get a match at WrestleMania if you really want. Second, the way it was done at WrestleMania was fucking weird. Cena was ringside, and then he heard Taker was backstage, and then he ran down the ramp in what is likely now a meme, came out later, got blue-balled by Elias, then walked up the ramp again, seemed to get blue-balled again, and then Taker came out, and then John lost in 2 minutes. What? I mean, for Taker, this was pretty cool. He still looks good, but I mean, this match was just a highlight reel of what their match would have been a decade ago. And you know what? As someone who likes those highlight reels, I like this match. Number 3, Samoa Joe. The Raw after WrestleMania always has some returns. It's a tradition at this point, and who better to bring back than Samoa fucking Joe? Everybody wanted to see it, and everybody's getting it. Coming out to confront crybaby Roman Reigns, who literally complained about getting a title shot the night after WrestleMania. Okay, decided that Roman was first up on his hit list. Then, Superstar Shakeup hits, and guess what? He's on SmackDown now. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles. Samoa Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan. Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan.
I'll be waiting at Backlash to put you to sleep.
Number 2, Tommaso Ciampa. Fuck you, Ciampa.
What the hell? Oh my God! Oh no, Tommaso Ciampa attacking his former tag team.
And number 1, Daniel Bryan. Like I need to explain this pick. It's Daniel fucking Bryan finally being permitted to wrestle inside of a WWE ring again. His WrestleMania match might not have been a barn burner, but guess what? Daniel Bryan can wrestle again. Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan. Please.
High right now, laser focused on Zayn and Owens. Oh, Daniel Bryan. Look at that! Oh, and Sami Zayn into the corner, but Daniel Bryan, whoa! Yeah.
And those are the 9 OK returns and Daniel fucking Bryan of 2018. What do you think? Let me know on Twitter at DWickerYT or in the comments down below, but just know that if it's not a positive comment about Daniel fucking Bryan, it's probably incorrect. Like the video if liked, subscribe the channel if subscribed, and stop watching now because the video is over.